The Ministry of the Interior has extended the nationwide Gun Amnesty Programme to January 30, 2026, citing public cooperation. The move aims to curb the spread of illicit firearms and improve public safety as calls grow for tougher action against gun-related crime. Now, joining us via telephone is security analyst Richard Kumadore to help us understand this Gun Amnesty Programme and this extension. Good evening to you, Mr. Kumadore. Thank you for your time here on the ChannelOne newsroom. First of all, this Gun Amnesty Programme has been ongoing for a while. What is your assessment?
I think the objective of the amnesty is to retrieve as many guns from the system as possible, particularly guns in the hands of illegitimate people and non-registered guns for that matter. They have been able to retrieve some number of guns. I believe that extending the period would be to fulfill the objective, particularly in areas where they think they still have a job to do. What is important above all is to ensure that the standard procedure for people to bring in their arms or to surrender their arms is communicated broadly in terms of public education and awareness creation. So that is where we are.
Okay, and this extension, what do you make of it? I mean, there have been calls, including calls from, for example, the Volta regional minister who had called for an extension. What do you make of it?
I wasn't so much surprised because I predicted with a little I know inside working of this amnesty thing, I wasn't so much surprised because I predicted it's likely to be extended. What it means is that they need to get to the ground, get to places where there's still work to be done, get to places where they will need a bit more public education and awareness creation, get to the grounds and make sure that the system becomes known to the people and it creates the flexibility in meeting the objectives. One of the objectives is that once you surrender your gun willingly, you will not be interrogated. You will not be punished. There's no punitive action for you. Your details will be taken by the police and the arms will be taken away from you. We need to stress that point. Other than that, there's still a little bit of hesitation in the system where people believe that they are taking their guns from them unnecessarily and there's no remedy for them.
Now, recently, a video of a certain gentleman, indiscriminately firing his gun popped up and he was arrested. Subsequently, he's been made an ambassador of this amnesty program. What you make of that move by the commission?
I was a bit surprised. I was shocked. If they had asked me, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know the decisions. I don't know the in and out, and I don't know the considerations that led to that particular decision. But somebody sent it to me, and I was a little bit shocked. I was surprised. And I don't know why they use him, and I don't know what they want to achieve. But probably, Adam Bona and his team know a little bit more about the gentleman and the effectiveness of making him an ambassador and what he brings to the table. Other than that, if they have asked me, I wouldn't recommend him. But to the extent that he has been made ambassador, we have 2 weeks more to go. We need to give him the support and make sure he understands the task at hand and the importance of a gun amnesty where we have a lot of guns in the hands of illegitimate people, particularly guns that have not been registered, and they could be used to create public safety challenges for us as a nation.
Okay, Mr. Kumadore, before you go, illegal mining and illicit firearms, they seem to be going hand in hand. There are illicit firearms, a lot of them in illegal mining areas. The police have told us that they've been using these guns even for armed robbery. How do you suggest that the commission will go about retrieving these arms from illegal mining areas particularly?
You will need the police. We've done the nationwide risk assessment. We've done it 3 times. The report is with the authorities. You will need that particular report to know where the concentrations are and work with the police effectively. 9 months to that regard with the Forest Commission again. Then make sure you get to the grounds and retrieve the guns from them. You also need to find out why the guns are being brought to the country and why there's so much concentration in that area. Money laundering, drug peddling, arms trading, and illegal mining, they go hand in hand and they are first cousins. And so we know the trend, we know the methodology, we know the threat it poses. And we will need to work together with the appropriate authorities. That is the police, NAMOS in the front lines and the Forest Commission. And I believe if they work together, they have enough capacity to retrieve the guns from these people. And where they meet challenges, they will need to turn armors to ask for reinforcement.
And finally, sir, now the next step should be preventing the guns from coming in the first place. How do you suggest we do that?
We have people whose legitimate business is to import guns into this country. I propose that there has to be an enhanced due diligence in that regard. There are people who want to own a gun. There has to be a serious background check from persons who want to own a gun. Then you have the traditional manufacturers. We have to control and monitor what they do in that regard, and that data is also readily available. Then you have people who bring these guns for various reasons. These are the four categories of persons. Then you also have the traditional authorities who have armories where festivals and funerals, people take out these guns and they shoot them. We will need to work with them to ensure that we have accreditation prepared for them, and that would have solved the issues of using guns indiscriminately at funerals and at festivals. So these are the five categories of the people we are dealing with, and these segmentations would need to be managed properly. Then within the countrywide national security risk assessment, you have certain locations and jurisdictions and localities where you have huge concentration of guns, and they are for peculiar reasons, and why people within those areas want to own a gun. You will have to persuade them and offer alternative source of reasoning and why they will need to surrender their guns and what is in for them.
Right.
Until we are able to do this, some people genuinely wouldn't surrender the gun, and that is the difficulty and the challenge we face.
I'm grateful to you, Mr. Richard Kumadore,
the
security analyst, speaking to us about the extension of the government's gun amnesty program.